Alright guys, so this will be a short tutorial about while loops inside of Swift. So as you can see here, we'll be making a while loop, then I'll be showing you how to actually exit out of a while loop, or any loop at that. Then we'll make a nested loop. I'll explain what that is and how to actually exit out or break out of a nested loop as well. So let's begin. So while loops are very, very simple. You just make a variable. So in this case, I'm just going to name it I. We're going to set this to 0. And then we're going to make the actual while loop. So that starts with the word while. We're going to say I is less than or equal to, we'll say 100. Then what do we want to do? So we got to tell it to do something. So we're going to say print I. So that means every single time it goes through, as if it's less than 100 or equal to it, go again, and then print it out each time. So if I was to print this out right now, it would end up breaking because Playground, for whatever reason, can't handle it. I've tried it a few times because it'll continually run and just print out 0 a whole bunch of times. Okay, because it never will hit 100. It never moves up. We got to tell the I to move up. And how we do that is down here, you'll do I plus, and you probably have seen this in other language where you do a plus plus, but you do a plus equal. And then you're going to go up by 1. So that means every time it goes through the loop, it's going to add a 1, add a 1, add a 1. So then eventually it's going to hit 100. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So 101 times, so it did go more than 100, but it only showed up to 100. And the reason why it's 101 is because of the 0. So really, it's 101 because you got to add that 0 as well. If you were to start this at 1, and then run it, you would see it went 100 times because it's skipping over that 0. And then it hits 100 and stops. Great, it's working. Okay, so now let's take this same format, and I have it printed off over here, so I'm just going to copy this. Okay, copy, and instead of I, we're going to have Q. Okay, so the same thing. Bar Q is equal to 0. Then while Q is less than 100 or equal to 100, we're going to go ahead and print Q, and then instead of adding 1, I just went ahead and added 5. This number can be anything as long as it's going to equal 100. You know, if you went to 3, it would stop at 99 because more than that would be over 100, so it would break and it would stop at 99. I wanted it to at least hit 100, so I'll use 5 here. I'm going to go ahead and comment out this one up here just so it doesn't print as well. I only want one of these printing at a time, and then I put a little value here to match here. So if Q is equal to 25, what's going to happen? We're going to print 25 is awesome, let's break. Okay, so once that Q hits that, that's what's going to happen. Now, what do you think is going to happen to a loop? You think it'll break? If you said no, you are exactly correct. So it hit 25, it said, oh, 25 is awesome, let's break. But it continued all the way to 100 because we didn't tell it to break. So how you exit out of a loop is with the word break. So let's go down one line from here, type in break, and now let's run this again. And you'll see once it hits 25, oh wow, that's what we're supposed to see. Q is equal to this. Print this off real quick, which we do, and then break. Perfect, that's exactly what we want. So this is how you actually exit out of a loop. So now this next thing, this nested loop, is what I want to concentrate on. So what if you had 2 loops in one? So let's make a couple for loops here and then see how we can exit out of them. So we'll do let's do A in 0 dot 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 100 or 10. So 0 dot dot dot, the dot dot dot, if you don't know, is just saying from 0 to 10. Okay, so in this loop from 0 to 10, do this, and then for B in same thing, we're going to do 0 dot 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 10. Do this. Okay, so it's going to loop through this, then it's going to loop through this because this is nested inside of the A. Okay, and then what's going to happen after you nest through both of those? Well, we're going to set a C constant. So let C be equal to A times B. I like spaced out, sorry. Okay, and then after you set this right here, let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So print copy, I'll do paste, paste, boom, boom, and this is just string interpolation. So we'll say A times B is equal to C. Okay, so that's what it's doing here. We're just throwing the A in here, throwing the B in here, and throwing the C in here, and inside a string. So really, it's just bringing those in, string interpolation, which we already discussed in a couple videos before this. Let's play this. So now you'll see it's printing them off. So it's timesing this by this, giving you the C, this to this, giving you the C, all the way up to 10 to 10, which is exactly what we told it to do. It is working. Great. So now, if you were to see this, how would you break out of this? Okay, so first off, we need to actually give it something to break out of with. So I'm going to go up here and create a constant again, and I'm going to say lucky number. So we're going to say let lucky number equal, in my case, I'm just going to do 81. Okay, and then here we're going to say if C is equal to, which is the two equal signs, 81, or no, I'm sorry, lucky number, which we set it to 81. If it's equal to this, then what are we going to do? First off, we're going to print. And what are we going to say? Well, we're going to say my lucky number is string interpolation again. And we're going to put lucky number in here. So it's going to print whatever number we put in here. Of course, we know it's going to do 81 because that's what we set it at. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Play. So it gets down to here, prints off 81, but as we know, we didn't tell it to break anywhere, so it's going to continue to go. So a whole bunch of times I ask people how to break out of this, and I get this a lot where people just say, oh, that's really easy. Right after this print statement, just do a break here. Okay, so that's what you think is going to work. Let's see. Hit break, and guess what? My lucky number is 81. And then it continues to go through tens and then stops. It didn't work. It didn't break. And the reason why is you have two loops here. You have an inner loop and an outer loop. And the inner loop gets stopped, but the outer loop gets to keep going. So the reason why, the way you can stop this is to actually set this as what we'll call the outer loop. So we'll say outer loop. Keep the same thing, so outer loop, boom, and then in this break statement we'll just close that outer loop. So we'll break out of the outer loop, which is what we're setting here. So now let's see what's going on, and you see this, so it'll get all the way up to 81, and it's like, wow, my lucky number is 81, and it breaks. So that is how you break out of an actual loop that is nested inside of another loop. So pretty cool. You just keep in mind, if there is two loops, you have an inner and an outer. Only one of those will break if you just use the keyword break. You have to tell the second loop to break as well. Hopefully this is beneficial. If you guys have any questions, please leave those below in the comments. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Have a great day.